All right. A 92-year-old woman climbs a 6-foot high fence to escape a nursing home.
But why? But
Holly,
why?
she went up that thing. I watched the video. I saw this on social media. I watched the video. Holly, she scaled that thing like she was running away from a cop. And then right when she got up and over, she looked back at it. You know how like you're about to let yourself down? Right before she was like, got him, and then dropped. Like she just knew she was gone.
At night, you deserve to be free at night too. If you can do that, go for it. There's a reason nobody can contain her, and she made it this far. Go for it.
Hand-eye coordination, the upper body
The body,
strength.
yeah, yeah. Did she get injured? Like, is she
Didn't
bleed
look like
anywhere?
it.
Yeah,
Didn't
okay.
look like it. She
Power to
scaled
her.
that thing quick.
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready? Nope. For a long journey where our podcast released a new epi, searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, tap some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talking with Donato.
Episode 208. Can't be more Hollywood than this. With our guest, Holly Pockets. Holly, how are you this evening?
I'm great, Mr. Donato. Thank you.
All right, so you're California. I got it. But I got to ask a question because we all have this question. In your whole time living out there, did you ever get excited when you looked up and saw the Hollywood sign?
No, I never did. It was just, oh, hey, it's there. That's cool. Let me go to my next thing that I got to do today. It was very boring for me.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. I mean, people come from all over the world just to get that in the background, to get the picture. Isn't part of it disappearing because of new construction? The skyline is changing a little bit.
Skyline, I'm sure smog too is affecting it. I do wish I was a little reckless back then and tried to actually get to it, like what you see in the movies. I never went. I was never that brave, unfortunately. So I guess that is my one regret about being Hollywood, but not quite Hollywood.
No, I understand. I think we all have those little items of where we're from. But all right, so you've been all over America, right? You know, West Coast, best coast. Do you want to say that with your chest? Where would you say? You've been to the Northwest yet? Have you been up there?
I have, yes.
Like as far north as like Seattle? Don't nobody go up there. Polly, you ain't been up there, have you?
Seattle, Vancouver, yeah, I've been there.
Okay, well, you've been down south, like Miami.
Miami, been down south like Georgia Peaches, where the name's Paulina, not Polly. Yep.
Okay, have you been to New York, the Northeast?
Yep.
Boston,
Brighton Beach.
All right then. So, where would you say is the coolest place in America?
No, I can't do that. I can't do that because it used to be West Coast, Best Coast, but that was 10 years ago. And then East Coast was fun too. But now, I'm a Southern gal, I guess now. So I can't pick a spot.
All right. Kind of sounds like you're saying the South though.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
We got to start with this first one. I am so curious. I got to get your point of view. Listen, Halle Berry has pictures right now of her in her Catwoman outfit. There's some swimsuit negligee. There's some topless things, but she's discreetly covered. Do those Halle Berry pictures make you pause? Oh, by the way, she's 57 years old.
Hey, she's got a rocket. If she's still got it, or if she's reminiscing about the past, just let her have it. Wouldn't you want to be 57 and still be looking good? Or being, hey, this was me back in the day. I still look good. I still got it.
Well, we're not here to talk about me. I'm talking about Halle Berry. And yes, I would love to see 57-year-old Halle Berry. I'm here for the pictures. They ain't going to make your brother pause. Oh, you know what? I would pause because I'm double taking, triple taking, quadruple taking. God, girl.
Exactly. If she got it, flaunt it.
Not in the 90s. Not now, Polly. I'm still looking at the picture. I'm telling you, boy. You see that? That'd be a long pause. We'd have to pause. I won't bring up the pictures right now because we'd have to pause this pie right now. And I'd be like, mouth dropped, some drool coming out. That's Halle Berry, though. But she doing her thing. And you're right. It's tasteful. She still looks good. I think you got to get it where you get it. So she did it. Okay. I got a little something else for you. How about this? This is a real scenario, and I need your opinion. Hey, did you eat without me? Of course I didn't. Hold on, Mom. Put that on everything that you love. Of course, I'll put that on everything that I love. And then all of a sudden, the keyboard disappears. Then the rollerblades disappear. And then the guy was on the phone with his mom, and all of a sudden, Mom. And then the phone disappears. And then the lady who started all this by saying, "Hey, did you eat without me?" and dared him to put this on everything that he loves that he didn't eat without her. All of a sudden, she starts to get excited. Like, oh my God, I mean the most to you. So I'm going to disappear last. Nothing happens, Polly. Nothing happens. And she gets mad because she realizes, oh, it's not like that. So she turns around to walk away. But when she walks away, let's just say the backside is gone, disappeared. Polly, in hearing that scenario, what are the top 3 things that you love the most?
No.
Listeners, yeah, she thought this was going to be a bunch of layups. I'm asking her the hard questions. I asked her about the favorite place in USA. She tried to sidestep. I'm asking her, what are the top 3 things that you love most, Polly Pockets? Say it with your chest.
Can you give me 4?
No.
Top
Fine.
3. All right. Because I feel obliged. My husband.
No. Okay.
And then I'm gonna lump my kids as number 2.
Okay.
And then my life experiences as number 3. How about that?
Oh, those are good. Check you out. You're definitely a grown-up. What? God. The rest of us, hey, y'all tell us in the comments. The rest of us are going for those items that we shouldn't have, those pleasurable items, but you do you, Polly Pockets. I'm not going to argue you down about your top 3.
You mean like a Yoda statue, a life-size Yoda statue? Like that would be number 1?
Yeah, you see it. I
see it.
Don't even let the wife come in and stand too close to that thing.
I don't think she wants to.
Okay. I gotta know this. Or when it's time to get things to do things, do you hold the cell phone over the head? Like when you need them to do something, say, "Oh, you're not gonna clean your room? I'll take that cell phone from you." "Oh, you're not gonna clean your room? You ain't getting those new shoes that you want." Do you hold the cell phone over their head?
No, because I'm in the era where snacks mean everything around here.
Oh.
So it's the snacks.
You hit them literally, you hit them in the gut.
I do. Well, there's other food they could eat that are not snacks, so they'll be all right.
So I would have accepted if you said I'm gonna hold Fortnite over their head. If you would have said I hold food over their head, I thought that was a little further down the list, but you lead with it. You're straight to the point. There are a lot of things, I think. What would you say was the one thing your mom would hold over your head?
Goodness. Like I had a lot of freedoms to begin with. Yeah. As if I had a lot of
today, Polly. We don't mess around here. We are here to entertain.
What did she hold over my head? Like I said, that means that it requires your household to have a lot of freedoms to begin with. But if you're already on a tight, disciplined regimen, there's not much there's not much you have. She wouldn't.
You Hollywood though, girl. Let me guess. Y'all. Oh, we can't go to Malibu and shop this weekend. Oh, we're not gonna be able to go see this box office movie that opens up this weekend. Come on, Hollywood.
I mean, I'm trying to think because Hollywood didn't have a cell phone until very late. Hollywood, didn't have laptops. It was just the one computer, and Hollywood needed like access to that because she was the only one who knew how to use it. So, food meant a lot growing up to my parents. So I would never be withheld from having food.
Yeah.
It's not like I had a lot of
no problem.
stuff.
that's your
So
answer,
I honestly, I got to think about that but I don't think it ever got to that. I also think I was trying to avoid the wrath that was
oh,
in the household. So I
you were
was,
a good kid.
oh, I was like, yes, ma'am, got it. I'm gonna go clean my room right now. Let's not cause trouble.
Oh, you one of those.
My brother though, that's a different story.
Mm. Hold
But
on. Let's go. What did Mama Pockets hold over his head?
probably would have been like a Game Boy Color,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe some Pokemon cards.
Did it work?
Um,
Did he go from yeah to straight?
it took him a couple extra steps though. He was a little
Dang.
rebel rouser. Yeah,
That means
yeah,
he didn't even hesitate. He was like, I mean, go ahead and take it.
yeah.
I hold on, you got me. He was one of
'Cause
those.
he
He
had
sound
other things.
gangster.
He had other things. He's like, that's fine, take that. I'll find something else to do. I'm good. Or
Gangster. This
that's
dude
okay. I don't really
stone
need it.
face. He the
Or
stone face kid.
he's like, my sister will help me. It's cool. Which I probably
Oh,
did.
probably. Oh,
Probably.
so he knew he had the good sister to help him. All right. Well, hey, we may have to. You may have to help me get that dude on this
Well,
pod.
he knew he had a second mom, which is what I was known to him as. Yeah.
His words,
Mom
your
didn't do
word.
it. His words, not mine. Oh no. I'm
We
good.
all saw that. I have an older sister too. I might have said the same thing once or twice. Not to her face though. She probably would have punched me. But so, what what would you say would be something that you would say to a kid to snap them back into realization though?
Oh, I'd remind him of all the people who don't have what they have and how
Yes.
thankful they are to have it. And then
Uh-huh.
say, back when I was little, I didn't have also because probably all these things didn't exist,
Yeah.
but realistically, like, oh, you want to do that on the weekend? Well, there are times where like, oh, you want to ride in a car? There's times when people didn't have cars and you have to take the bus or public transportation. And then they
Yes.
realize, and then they go, wait, what? That was a thing? Yeah, that's a thing to not have what you have. So that's a snap back to reality. Like, oh, you like all these toys? You know what? Let's just get rid of them. And then what are you gonna play with? Oh,
No, I like that. But one thing you said there is, well, that didn't exist back then. Well, it's still facts, Polly Pockets, that well, I didn't have that when I was a kid because you hit him with that. Well, I ain't had that when I was a kid. Ugh.
yeah, like iPads. Ooh, come on. That's the kids living the privileged life now.
I got a question. Did Drake take the biggest rap battle loss ever? Here's the example. I saw a high school called Parktown High School in South Africa. They were performing Not Like Us. Now, I know American music goes international, but I don't know if I've ever seen such a monumental loss be so celebrated. Of all the Cool Mo D, LL Cool J, LL Cool J, Cannabis, uh, not Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and NWA, 50 Cent had some squabbles. Is this the worst rap battle loss ever?
It's gotta be when people know the song, but they don't
Yeah,
know it was part of a diss, and then I know the
yeah,
lyrics to the song, and
yeah,
everybody's singing it, and everything is they not like us, they not like us, but there's more to they not like us than
yeah.
that catchy thing. So it's gotta be. Although, it's you can still be a fan of both of them, in my opinion. I think
No,
so.
nothing wrong with
You can
still
like
being a
both.
fan. I'm going to come back to that. My 4-year-old, she just turned 4. So when she was 3, she was getting the lyric, A minor. Come on. I don't
I
know if there's
got
any other rap battles where kids go that hard.
mine today told me that, oh, this is my favorite part. And it is just Kendrick rapping. And she was trying to catch up with everything. She couldn't, but she's like, this is my favorite part because he raps
Uh,
real fast. Yeah.
yeah.
So may have repeated some things she shouldn't have, but it's okay. Nobody
So
was around us.
let's go back to this one item that was in there. All right. Let me give you the background. There's a player from your town, Los Angeles, named DeMar DeRozan. He goes and he plays for the Toronto Raptors, Drake's hometown, his team. The beef happens, right?
Hmm.
Kendrick Lamar says, I'm glad DeMar came home. Y'all didn't deserve him anyway. That was in the lyric of the song. So that's really just Kendrick's little take, right? Now, DeMar DeRozan did not want to leave Toronto. He thought he was going to die there, finish his career there. He leaves. Kawhi Leonard comes in. They immediately win the title. DeMar is like, come on, y'all win the title as soon as I leave, like the very next year. That hurts. After he's been there all those years and meant so much. So he leaves. This song comes out. We just talked about how popular the song was. Polly Pockets, this part really happened. There was a video made for that song. And in that video was DeMar DeRozan. Right there at that part where Kendrick said, I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him either. Come on now. That means that relationship between DeMar and Drake should be kind of rocky. And here's my last part. But just recently, DeMar just came out and said, no, me and Drake, we're still good. He understands. Look, it's just entertainment. It was just music, just a video. There's no problems. Polly Pockets, you beefing with somebody. And then your other homie co-signs, does a diss video or post at your expense. Are they both dead to you now?
It depends. What do I get out of it? Is there a financial benefit to me? We don't like, what's the back dealing? Do I get something from it? You know, do I get some more fame?
Well, they're a friend, so they probably owe you some money. But now you may not get that money back if you're done with them.
I don't know. But more importantly, did they play They Not Like Us when his old team won?
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. And I don't know. I don't know if they should still be tight. I just took the biggest loss in my career and you got to jump in that video. Like, you couldn't call me before and we talk about it, or you just had to be so Los Angeles.
Is it really the biggest loss of his career, or are people talking about him more now than they did before? Because how many times does his name still get brought up, like today? And when was that song released, right? And then, I don't know, last time I heard he was still playing on any radio station that came through. So is it really the biggest loss? Or it's like, fine, you can diss me, but my name, my records, they're still going to be played up there, right? So just saying, might be a smart move. They're not losses, they're lessons, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. These were some lessons on the chin. Polly Pockets, I want to speak to you about going to a black church. There comes a point in a black church where the preacher turns to you and says, all right, turn to your neighbor. And I want you to turn to your neighbor and I want you to repeat after me. One of the things they may say is, look at your neighbor and say, the Lord loves you. And you kind of got to do it. You need to demonstratively turn on to him and say, the Lord loves you. You got to do that. You got to do that, Polly. I'm just kind of curious. Did they ever ask you to say anything that you didn't feel comfortable saying? Or would there be anything that you'd be uncomfortable saying to your neighbor?
No, because I'm a silhouette. So I'm probably out there with my man, repping for him. So I'll do whatever I say, I'll say it.
Okay.
I ride for
your
him.
Neighbor and say, neighbor, I can give you $50 if you need it right now.
No,
Polly, Polly, hold on. You said you'd do anything.
He can give you $50.
But it's your neighbor. Like, he's on your left, and if you turn to your right,
oh no,
normally they don't tell you which way to turn. So you should turn towards your guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to him and be like, you owe me $50. I ain't giving you $50. Or I'm gonna be like, turn the other side and like he can pay you. You guys can talk it out. So I take it back. I'll let me change what I say. I thought you were going somewhere else with this, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we are.
I work hard for my $50. Okay,
we're trying to keep you on the roller coaster today, Polly. There's a gentleman by the name of Boo Capone. Like what a ghost says, Boo. Boo Capone with a K tells the story of how Michael Jackson and Tupac got into a fight. Now, who do you think would win? Now, this is according to Back on Fig social media. Who do you think would win that fight? Michael Jackson or Tupac?
Are we fighting? Are we dancing? Are we singing? Are we rapping?
Fight, like fists. Here's what he said. He said Mike pretty much won that Tupac isn't a good fighter. He likes to fight, but he's not like a good fighter. He's kind of, he's the lightweight dude. He's like 130 pounds or so. He's not tall. Mike is tall. I want to say Mike was 6'2", but yeah, apparently Mike was nasty with it. Is that the outcome you would expect?
I mean, I was going to say Mike just to be different, but yeah, why not?
Mike is always doing those kicks.
Well, and I think maybe he could just like moonwalk away, like slide to the back. Dip, baby, dip.
Yeah. Well, Muhammad Ali used to float like a butterfly, and I think
and
Michael
sting
Jackson
like a bee
could also float. I see where you're going with that. All right. What if the medicine were for you? What if the medicine, if you were with your person and it's all good, but then someone from your top 5 that you have for the majority of your life kicks in the door, what are you saying to your current? So right now, you're with the love of your life, but then someone from your top 5 kicks in your door and says, yo, Polly, I'm ready for you. What are you saying to your current?
To my current, I said, don't worry, we'll just exchange numbers, and when you're gone, I'll hit him up.
So
I'll save him for later.
There's levels to this. I don't know if depends on your definition of cheating, but giving out the phone number and staying in contact, getting the plan B before plan A is done. I don't know, man. I'm not
giving him my number. I'm taking his down just in case, so he can't bother me.
Whether you give or accept, I believe it could be the same. But hey, that's how you live it. That's how you live in Polly.
Wild on the edge.
The Las Vegas Raiders, they used to be Los Angeles Raiders, used to be the Oakland Raiders. They're in Vegas now. You might be a little bitter about that. They sent their season ticket holders a treasure chest, and it is to die for. It is amazing. It's lit. It's adorned. You want to become a Raiders fan?
Well, what's in it? Did they collapse the Mirage yet? Is it pieces of the Mirage on its downfall? Is that what's in the treasure box? They just didn't know what to do with all the debris.
So you're intrigued with the contents of said treasure chest. That means they got you.
But is it worth me becoming what's the value of it? If I'm paying so much to be a season ticket holder, do I get my money's worth? Or is it just like, hey, here's a $20 Amazon gift card? Okay, cool, but that won't even buy me much nowadays. So
you're not impressed with that swaggy effort? Because it sounds pretty amazing. It went viral. Not many people have done that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're Pirates. They ain't never did anything like that.
Yeah, but you also got to commit to living in Vegas if you don't live there, or getting season tickets and flying in there. I mean, have you been there? It's like fun.
I have
when you're in college, but
I do a lot of eating when I'm in Vegas. One time I went there for work, did a lot of golfing. I've done workouts while I've been in Vegas.
You're not going for the right reasons.
Vegas, right?
No, that you don't. Anyway, no, exactly.
Yeah.
So
apparently I messed that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read something to you here.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
And I know it's gonna throw you for a loop. You're ready for it?
I'm ready.
A former Olympian explains why there is so much sex between the athletes during the games. So she's an ex-Olympian, and she's revealed why so much sex happens in the Olympic Village during the games. This is according to LAD Bible Menu. So, in fact, since the 1980s, condoms have been handed out at the beginning of each Olympic Games to ensure that the athletes are safe when they have sex, even though it's discouraged by the organization. It's known as the pinnacle of sports. So she's a former Olympian. Her name is Susan Tietke. She spoke to the New York Post in July of 2021, saying that sex at the Olympics is inevitable, no matter what. Now, these are her reasons. She says, you're training 4 years, your entire life for one moment. There's such a buildup you've confined yourself, you've restricted yourself, and then you finally perform. No matter the turnout, it's just such a release. And then those endorphins, that being at your physical peak, and that release of energy drives relationships. What say you? Did that surprise you there?
I guess I've never thought about it, but I guess it would make sense, because if you're a peak athlete and you're in really good shape, people get intimidated, especially if you're a female who's got shoulder boulders bigger than a lot of guys. You know, that's a lot of intimidation. But if you met someone, and then also it's also international, right? So a lot of people may not travel other places or interact with different groups. So I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you're all in, you're all in. Time to have a wild whatever month, especially if after you're done, right? If it's before, whenever they're doing their stuff. But I guess I can understand. I can understand. I never thought about it. Would never be like, what do athletes do at the Olympics? Like, no, I wouldn't think about that. But that's interesting. That is interesting.
Yes, it is. Let's get to we got a little bit of a change here. Boom. Relationships. We did the toe in it before. I was a little distracted. I think I should have done this when we were talking about your top 5, but we're here now. Listeners, don't feel bad for her. We had a pre-production meeting, and she said we can talk about anything. Polly Pockets, what is something that your ex was better at than your current?
Science.
Science.
Yeah, like science, like something boring, like science stuff. Like, biology, it's gonna get me so far in life. I mean, no offense to people, listening. Like, biology can get you far in life, but
hey, that's on them. If you're a biology major and you sensitive, that's why you're a biology major and sensitive, because you gotta know better. That you can't, you don't lead. You're not at parties walking up to people with cocktail weenies saying, I do that biology, right?
Oh, how exciting.
I could tell you all the DNA. Nah, man, don't lead with that. Okay. I got another one. This one's point of view. Should you be petty at funerals?
What do you mean?
Or is that the time to take the high road? So we're at a funeral, right? And your best friend is gone. And I get up there and I'm like, well, you know what? That best friend still owed me money, stole my girlfriend back in 12th grade, and always drink the last soda in my house.
Well,
all negative stuff.
There's a time to be petty, and if you're going to be petty at a funeral, just don't go. Like, I don't want to go to a funeral. Like, nice knowing you. You owe me $50. I'm not going to get it back from your estate at this point. Like, no way. Like, I love to be politely petty, but the funeral, just you clearly didn't matter enough to the person if you want to come up and go attend, waste money, time attending a funeral, and then be petty in front of people who are there for non-petty reasons. So just stay home. Go get some Chipotle or something.
Rapper Dan Sir, as in yes, sir, Dan Sir has surgically implanted gold chains into his head. Now, this is according to IGV social media. He's a rapper and content creator from Mexico. He has 7.7 million TikTok followers and more than 650,000 YouTube subscribers and nearly 160,000 Instagram followers.
You know why?
You're gonna get some gold chains implanted into your head?
No. You know why they're following him? To see what happens in like a year. with the repercussions is like. What I would go look him up to be like, what does that look like? But I'm not gonna follow you. I don't want to see that. And what if you fall and hit your head? What happens then? I don't know. But I'm sure there's an audience for that, because I'm sure, I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure there are people who want to know, hey, is that a good idea?
7.7 million on TikTok followers. So at least 3 times that many look at his stuff, but these are the people that follow.
They probably didn't live through the grills era. Let me see my grills.
Oh. The bottom's rose gold, just letting you know.
Wow.
Let's talk about the 80s. You might have had some conversations with your mama, but the 80s, when cocaine was pure, when white people had rhythm, it was a different time. I need to know, what do you think about the 80s? What have you heard? It ain't your era, but now I gotta know what you know.
Oh man, The Last Dragon.
Okay. Hey, you talking to the right dude right here.
Oh, that's about.
I got the Last Dragon soundtrack.
I don't see it, but boom. I can't see it
right there.
But
that's vinyl. That's vinyl, Polly.
Wait. Oh, see, there you go. Before my time.
Okay, that was a good one. Do you know who Blondie is?
Yes, I have heard the name.
Yeah, that was 80s. Could you name a Blondie song?
No. Keep it moving. Next question. I'm not even gonna lie.
Could you name a TV show from the 80s?
You know, it was on TV.
It's American history.
Can I go? Is MASH an 80s thing or is that older?
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go.
I know. It was one of the longest running too. It did a great job. All right. A 92-year-old woman climbs a 6-foot-high fence to escape a nursing home.
But why? But why?
She went up that thing. I watched the video. I saw this on social media. I watched the video. Polly, she scaled that thing like she was running away from a cop. And then right when she got up and over, she looked back at it. You know how like you're about to let yourself down? Right before she was like, got him, and then dropped. Like she just knew she was gone.
You know, at night, you deserve to be free at night too. If you can do that, go for it. There's a reason nobody can contain her, and she made it this far. Go for it.
Hand-eye coordination, the upper body,
yeah. Did she get injured? Like, is she bleed anywhere? Okay,
power to her. That thing quick.
I mean, women can do anything, right? Go for it, lady. Hope she's okay.
We need a point of view here. If her bra matches her panties when you take off her clothes, it wasn't you who decided to have sex, was it? For a guy.
No, it wasn't.
She knew. She knew. If it's all matching, she knew.
Yeah. She knew.
Just an observation.
They do sell them in sets, you know. They sell them in colored sets for a reason.
Right. So
unless he bought it.
The brother, let's say he's at her spot, right? Just came over and was like, yo, tonight I ain't even gonna make a move. Like I'm gonna let her know. We're gonna watch some TV. I'm gonna let her know that she means something to me. Then all of a sudden things start popping off, and you like, nah, man, I'm gonna prove something to her. I'm gonna prove something to her. And then once everything's off, you look up and down, them things match. She came on a little too strong, right?
Unless she OCD and she got a problem where everything got to match. That might be a different. He may have something else that he's got to deal with. But yeah, he might be. He might have to know what he signed up for. I don't know. Is her closet all in order? Shoes from short to highest, color coded. I don't know. Otherwise, yes.
I got something here that I think is going to. It's going to mess with you. And I need to know if you think that you could do something. The world's quietest room, the quietest room on earth is so quiet, you can hear yourself blink. Blink, Polly. Background noise in the custom-built chamber is actually measured in negative decibels, which means it's below the threshold of human hearing. Now, this is according to Smithsonian Magazine, but the quietest place on earth, it's in Minnesota. It's at a laboratory in a chamber, and it's eerily noiseless. That visitors have used it to see how long they could stand in the sound of their own bodies. People can't last an hour. Most people can't even last an hour. You can hear the blood going through your body and your organs. Polly, how long are you going to last in that room?
Oh, forever.
Wait.
That's not my house. My house is too loud, too much stimulation. So I'll be there. Don't call me.
With no audible background noise to cover it up, visitors report hearing the sound of blood pumping in their heads or moving through their veins, according to a person from the New York Times Magazine. And someone from the Star Tribune said you could even hear the sound of your eyelids shutting upon blinking.
Can I take a nap in there? Like if I bring a pillow,
No,
is there
it's gonna
place?
be too loud. You're gonna hear the
no,
and that's gonna affect you.
What if don't they make like quiet pillows or something like that? So if if it's soundproof and I just lay down, maybe I could fall asleep sitting or standing. I don't know.
It sounds like you're a fan. I'm gonna keep giving you a little more details though, because I gotta know. If hearing about it isn't enough, you can experience it with 4 other people for an hour at a cost of $75. And if you want to learn more about the laboratory, you can take an hour-and-a-half group tour of the space for $200.
No, I want to go with 4 other people. I want to be by myself and quiet. If I want 4 other people, I can just stay home. Okay. So no thanks, pass.
Yeah, most people can't deal with that. But I see you're seeking a little bit of alone time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can't use your cell phone while you're in there though.
That's fine. I don't need it.
I thought you might want to swipe, get some screen time.
It's fine. I'll just take a nap.
All right. We're going to get to relationships. We got to go back to relationships.
Again?
Oh.
How many relationships do you need?
Many problems in marriages are really just problems with being a bad roommate. Learn how to be a good roommate, and it will solve many of the main issues that plague marriages. This includes communicating about something bothering you before you get too angry to communicate properly. Agree or disagree?
Wait.
Yes.
I thought you were going to ask me about a list of things that make you a bad roommate or a person a bad roommate.
Who's to say that isn't to come?
Repeat, rewind, go back.
Many problems in marriages are really just problems with being a bad roommate. Learn how to be a good roommate, and it will solve many of the main issues that plague marriages. This includes communicating about something bothering you before you get too angry to communicate properly.
I mean, that makes sense, but most marriages don't make sense. So some people, I guess, just need a lot of roommates before they get married.
Polly, in college, did you have roommates?
I did.
In life, have you had roommates before you got married?
I did.
All right. What would be something that a bad roommate does?
Like leave their dishes all over the house like they belong in the kitchen. Why are they like in the bathroom? It's an awkward place.
Yeah. Oof.
We're not animals. Can we keep it in a confined location? That's why there's different parts of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like 3 and you don't understand the concept, but my roommates were not 3. They were, smarter and older than 3, I presume. Yes. I'll let a 3-year-old pass. A 7-year-old should know better. 10, I have high standards.
All right. We're going to get a point of view. We'll get off relationships. I believe this is a relationship, but it looked like you were triggered. So I'm going to get that relationship off the screen. We're going to go with point of view here. When a man is educated, handsome, and well paid, and he is still single, what's the problem, Polly?
He just hasn't found a good companion, right? I mean, it's not him. It's not necessarily him. Can't blame him. Maybe he's
for her.
Yeah,
because we always hear biological clock when it comes to women, and so I feel like sometimes women feel more rushed to do things. There's more pressure for them to do things. What's wrong with her if she's still single?
Well, in 2024, nothing's wrong with her. In 1990, probably a lot was wrong with her. Just saying.
difference a decade makes.
Multiple decades.
I know.
Multiple decades.
A generation.
I mean, yeah, that's always going to be like, what's wrong with her because she has to actually have the children and carry the children. And maybe, you know, sometimes maybe she doesn't want any kids. That's also a thing. Or she can't have kids. But, you know, people don't think about that. Or, you know, if you find out some devastating news and, you know, at this point, all you have is maybe a career or some education, you're like, well, can't do this, then I'll focus my energy elsewhere. Or some people just, you know, they think you have to have one thing and you can't have everything. But I think you can have everything with the right, but that also means you have to have the right support. And sometimes that means having the right companion. So
yeah,
hard out here.
How many people like me, especially if you look like me, were thinking to themselves, please don't let the shooter be like me? And I'm talking about the shooter that attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. Like, what if they don't even have to look like me? But I know the people that look like me, that's what we were thinking. Do you have any reservations like, oh, please don't let him be from California. Don't let him be a military vet. Don't let him be. Did any of that go through your mind when you heard that there was a shooter and then they took the shooter out?
I was like, dang, I hope it's not XYZ population. But then you're all like, wait, does that mean I want ABC population to be the one to do it? But that's when you're like, you know what? Somebody's got to do it, or not do it, but someone's got to be, you know, found at fault. But at this point, you're just like, you know what? Just give me the facts. Who was it? Who was it? Just lay it on thick right now. Let's just take the Band-Aid off. Let's go for it.
Yo, Polly, whenever they find these people and then they put that mugshot up, don't the people that either look like or have a lot in common with that person, don't they always be like, oh, come on, man. See, So if the news comes out, well, he lived at home with his mom and he was 34 years old. Now everybody else that's 34 to live with their mom was like, dang, son. I think he even had a little mullet and he had like some birth control glasses. So everybody that looks like that was like, come on, son, you got my look.
So like half the country.
Your words, not mine.
At least the 34-year-olds living at home with their mom because rent be high.
At the January 6th insurrection, I mean, I might have named some guys that might have been there, but go back and look at the video. Tell me if I'm wrong. You can get me in the comments. All right. If I told you, a little entertainment. If I told you I got kicked out of a hospital because I told a COVID patient when I was leaving, hey man, stay positive. Is that wrong?
I mean, you meant well. Stay positive on the outlook of life.
Man, I mean, you know, stay up. I mean,
yeah. Stay positive on life, you know? Too soon? Maybe. I don't know.
If it's too soon, man. You look at it and be like, hey man, you still call the shots. No, still, because maybe they didn't get the COVID shot. I don't know. The vaccine, it just might have eluded. Just curious. Hey, Polly, when you transport something by car, it's called a shipment. But when you transport something by ship, it's called cargo. You got that? Did you get that?
I got that. I'm waiting for the follow-up.
Just kind of curious there. Have you ever realized that?
No, but maybe like the ships can't go where the car goes, and the car has got to act like the ship of meant items.
This one gets you. This one gets you.
English language is funny though. English language, you know, very interesting.
Andre Italia was right that NILs affecting athletes' money, and that we should put money in escrow until the age 21 of the college athlete. Should we do that?
No. If you told me I'm an adult at 18, let me be an adult at 18. Why are we 21 is a magic number? We can, just because that correlates with legal alcohol use? Or you're also assuming that because I'm 18, and I have an NIL, that I'm not competent enough to handle my own business. So if you don't let me have my own money at 18 and you still treat me like a kid for 3 years, what makes you think at 21 I'm not going to go crazy and spend it all?
Yeah.
If they're going to make mistakes, I mean, some people make mistakes at 35, 45, 65.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let them learn sooner rather than later. Why are we going to keep protecting them? No, they need to get out the house, out their mama's house, not be 34 with a mullet living at home.
And birth control glasses.
And yes, get some better glasses.
Polly Pockets, a hiker was lost for more than 24 hours and ignored calls from the rescuers because it was from an unknown number.
Well, he went wrong for going hiking to begin with. That's his first mistake.
Wait, you from California? Ain't that what y'all do? Hey, I'm going hiking. When I used to live out there, Polly, yo, everybody used to tell me I'm going hiking this weekend, and then they leave it out there like I'm gonna be like, yo, can I come? I ain't never say that.
So let me educate you on Southern California Hollywood hiking. You drive, you park your car, you find this hill that everybody takes. It's a well-carved path. It's probably like depending on how fast you're going, let's say a 15-minute walk to a hill that overlooks the city, gives you some sort of view. You take a selfie. Well, you didn't take selfies back then. You took like a picture. Now you take a selfie and be like, oh, I went hiking with my gal pals before we had some brunch and mimosas. And that's what you call a hike. Okay. Not this like intense hike where you have to nobody's wearing a backpack and taking energy gels and making sure they have enough electrolytes. That's not what we're doing. We're doing, got my ponytail going, got my exposed skin because there's no such things like bugs that are going to attack me and kill me on this hike. And then you are done for the day. So, but he went on a 24-hour hike all by yourself. I don't know. Did he have all he needed? Sounds like he needed a satellite phone at that point.
Yeah, he was backpacking.
No, he went wrong.
When unknown numbers call, do you take them or do you ignore them? You don't even give them a chance?
It depends. Am I waiting for someone to call me? Like, if I need something and I know someone has to call me, then I'll answer. But if I'm not expecting, like, no, I took care of that business last week, so that nobody should be calling me. No, then you want a voicemail. So, it depends. What's going on in my life at that point?
Boom. I don't know if you noticed that it changed.
I do.
For those who are just listening, I just changed the banner and it is relationship time again.
The ship has sailed.
Polly Pockets.
Cargo.
This is cargo now. Can a man like a side chick more than his girlfriend or his wife?
I don't think so. If he wants to stay in that marriage, I don't think so, because at some point he's going to be more consumed with the side piece than the relationship, right?
No. For some reason, they're staying in the relationship with the girlfriend or the fiance or the wife. That side chick, yo, Polly, over at the side chick's house, she brings you food. You get the remote control. You can watch whatever you want. You get back rubs, foot rubs. Polly, that side chick situation is kind of nice.
That is nice. Can I get a side chick? I mean, side man.
Wait a minute.
I think the foot rub.
Voice of reason on this one. I had this one lined up for you.
What's he giving the other one? The original lady.
This think I be like, yo, baby, I'm home.
I don't know. Is he like gassing up her car? Or do the cars work? Like, is he paying the mortgage? Are the groceries? Like, what's the benefit?
Polly, I'm gonna tell you this. It is easy to be the side chick because, man, you fake. All you got to do is be perfect for 4 or 5 hours, and then homeboy's out. That's easy. So
I don't know.
But that's the winter wonderland. That's the amusement park. That's the fun time right there. It's not the real world. You don't have to go through anything with that person. You're not talking over money. You're not sharing accounts. Nothing like that. You're not fighting over what gets bought at the grocery store, what's not in the fridge. When you get over there, you like, yo, whatever you got in the fridge, girl. What you want to eat? Or whatever you got. Whatever you got.
I feel like that side chick is just preparing for marriage because that's all you're gonna do anyway. Oh, here's your remote. Here's your meal. Let me get the groceries. Like, what do you want to eat?
Holly, you don't fight over what's gonna be on the Netflix? You don't fight over that?
No. Oh, my
okay.
main piece knows if it's time for me to watch something that I like.
Main piece. I like that. But the term was side chick. Don't get me confused with it.
But I got a main piece. Got the main piece, main meal.
This is a little something different here. This lady says, hey, my niece wants to know if she donates her hair to Locks of Love and the recipient of her hair commits a crime and leaves hair at the crime scene, will her DNA be found all over the crime scene and thus incriminate her?
Oh, you need to ask a science person. I don't know. When the hair gets cut off, like, is there still DNA in it? I have no idea.
I thought you might have there's some pictures on the wall back there, and I thought maybe you could give us a little legal advice there.
Nope. I don't know.
She takes him out of the picture.
There you go.
So they're not incriminated in your opinion, is what I'm
Move along. Next question. Didn't you hear the whole thing? I'm a main piece now. my house has a lot of loud noises.
Okay.
Catch me in a different era of life.
There's a lot that I wanted to drop on you. So you're living in Texas, but you're from California. So I want to tell you something about the state of Texas and how huge it is. I'm gonna see if I could blow your mind. The triangular region, framed in the cities of Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio, is experiencing a wave of growth of historic proportions more than anywhere in the world. There's no place where anyone is flocking to in the world more than in that little triangle. Does that?
I believe it. I believe it because nobody wants to go to Texas. It's so large. And now it's like, okay, well, all other places have been conquered. So let's go to Texas. Might as well. Why not, right? They have the space.
In 2020, the population of that Texas triangle reached nearly 21 million. I don't know if that.
I mean, I'll take it. I don't know. I'm not from Texas. I don't know. You have to ask someone who actually like tracks the stats of growth of Texas and Austin, and like gets upset that people move in or out of places. Like, come on. I'm from LA. People always trying to move there. It's always getting more crowded and everything. So I'm used to it.
You said you've been to New York.
Yes.
The Dallas Fort Worth International Airport is bigger than all of Manhattan.
Yeah, you have to take a look. I was just there first time, and I heard stories, and I'm good. I don't want to go out there. I was on that little Skylink tram. All I know was it started shaking, and I was like, "Is this secure? How old is this thing?" Because there was nothing on either side of me, but I didn't feel very confident in the rail system. But it did take a little while to go. I was like, "Can I walk this?" Probably not. Not in the 20 minutes I had.
How about the University of Texas at Austin is the third largest landowner in the United States?
How come? I believe it. I believe it. They got it all here.
San Antonio is bigger than New York City and Detroit combined.
Really? Eminem that one's kind of. I know that. I like Eminem. Yes, I didn't know that.
Houston
is that big.
Yeah, I know. Houston has a bigger population than Colorado and 34 other states. Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Third largest city.
The other states, I'm sure the other states, I have an idea of what other states.
Who they are.
But I thought Colorado might have something because I feel like all the Californians want to go to school in Colorado.
Let's see here. At 2.4 trillion, Texas is ranked as the 9th largest economy among nations of the world by GDP. That's ahead of Canada, South Korea, Russia, and Australia.
I mean, you didn't tell me Russia. Like it's cray cray over there. So yeah, everyone's gonna beat it now. But I mean, yeah, if you look at Texas, just by the size of it, lots can fit in there. So there's some countries that you can barely see on a map.
25% of all retail space in the United States is in Texas.
Oh yeah, have you seen Buc-ee's?
Yes, I have.
So there you go. I mean, how many gas station pumps can you really have? Probably 100.
Texas A&M University has an enrollment of 74,829, the largest student body in the United States.
You know why? There's nothing there.
College Station.
Isn't that's all that's there? They have the land. They've been having the land, but they're gonna get mad when people start moving there, just like the rest of Texas.
Yeah. I don't know if this happens to you, but don't you love it when a person that's younger than you calls you young? They can't tell that you're older than them. Does that happen to you?
No, people always want to say I'm old. And by people, they may and by people, they might be under the age of 18. I'm like, oh, you old. No, I'm young, but okay. So I'm old. Wrong person to ask.
You're hanging out with a lot of young cats, or as I said to you earlier, girl, you all grown and professional and responsible. Look at your answer of the 3 most important things to you in your life. You were like, bam, 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 responsible.
Well, so I'm not responsible.
She got her stuff together. She must be 40. That's what you do. She 40. That's where you start.
I don't want. Maybe. I guess that's what people think. But if I'm not going to be responsible, who is? Who's got to be responsible in the world? I'm my main piece.
All right. I'm a little curious here.
Just a little?
Yeah. Holding her hand in public is very important. It looks super romantic, but it's really just to keep her from wandering off and buying things that we don't need. Do you agree or disagree with that?
No, it doesn't keep her from wandering. Also, no, it's Texas. It's hot. I don't want to hold your hands all sweaty. Roland. Just let me breathe.
I thought that was point of view, but I switched it just to see if I can get a Pavlovian response from you when you saw relationships.
I saw. Thanks, man.
All right. This will be the last one. Time flew. I'm from the East Coast, and where I'm from in my circles, and this could be universal, this could be regional, this could be cultural, but every hood has a dude named D, Peanut, Black, Big Mike. So out there in Hollywood, in your circles, what do you think? There are a lot of Beckys, a lot of Robins.
I mean, there probably are. No, because it's LA, so we're international.
Oh,
we got names you can't pronounce.
Oh,
we got names people
more exotic.
We got names people picked out of a book because they liked it.
Yeah.
We got, insert name here, and people are like, "Are you surprised my name is this?" No, nothing surprises me nowadays. I've gotten that. I've gotten a couple of times. They're like, "Are you surprised that my name is Russian?" No, my mom read a book and she really liked the name. It's like, yeah, I've heard that a couple times. So they're like, "Oh, you pronounce it better." Well, yeah, I pronounce it the Russian way, but we can Americanize it. Whatever floats your boat. So, not surprised.
We had some fun today. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for tolerating my Texas research. Thanks for tolerating my relationship talk. We got some entertainment. I thought we got a little news. We hit it all. Most importantly, thanks for talking with Donato. Have a good night.
Farewell.